Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Southwest Virginia fishing report with Matt Reilly of Matt Reilly Fly Fishing. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great, Marvin. How are you?
Just trying to stay out of trouble. I think the story of the day in your neck of the woods is you guys got a ton of rain.
We got a ton of rain, man. It about 2 inches over the course of maybe 12 hours or so. Everything's pumping pretty good. Most everything crested Monday mid-afternoon or so. But I don't foresee, we haven't been very wet up until Easter Sunday, so I'm imagining things will run out fairly quickly. The mountain streams should be moderately fishable by the weekend. The bigger second order streams, the South Fork of the Holston and White Top Laurel, and those, they should still be a little high, but they're clearing up now. And as soon as, the water gets wadeable, it's very fishable. And then right now, if you want to fish, it's either going to be still water or you're going to be way up in the mountains, on those first order streams, which are still pretty swift, but they'll be down to a good level in the next couple of days. And then the new and some of our other warm water rivers around here are pretty much toast. The new crested at about 65,000 cubic feet on Monday, and it's back down to about 25,000 now. But I don't, not that we've been doing a whole lot of floating here anyway, but I don't do much on it above about 5,000 or 6,000 typically. So we've got a little ways to go there, probably another week or two.
Got it. So, I guess the trick is, right, first of all, be smart, wade safely, but if you're going to fish, you're going to probably need to go higher. But then I guess it's also the silver lining is you got a chance probably to throw streamers for some nice fish since it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, we should. Lots of food kicking around right now. The trout fishing was great before the flood. We've had bugs kicking around for a couple of months now, but the March browns have been showing up in small numbers here lately. Quill Gordons are still around. We've got some caddis around, and then isos, the Isonychia on the South Fork, cool bug to see too. But then you got crayfish and sculpins and all that, smaller fish getting pushed around by these higher flows. That's definitely my favorite way to fish when we get these high water events and they start falling back down.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks, remember, if you have a question for Matt, if you'll send it to us on the Articulate Fly Facebook page, if we read your question, I'll send you some Articulate Fly swag, and you're going to get entered into a drawing for some cool stuff from Matt at the end of the season. And, as we always do when we chat, Matt, it's not a fishing report with you if you don't share what you're writing for the Rural Virginian.
Yeah, so this week, it's kind of columns are always opinion pieces by definition, but this is kind of a soapbox piece, just kind of discussing the mechanics of the smallmouth spawn and threats to strong recruitment and why anglers should be mindful of how they can affect recruitment. Our whole region, the Mid-Atlantic, has had somewhat lower smallmouth numbers over the last couple of years, and so it as an angler and somebody who spends a lot of time on the water and depends on that resource, I think it's important to sort of notice and understand conditions that may affect the fish and adjust your behavior likewise. And this whole coronavirus that's had everybody out of work and at home is putting a lot of people on the water. And I just I hope that this year is not the year that people just what's the word?
Yeah, love it to death, right?
I'm losing it. Yeah. Basically loving it to death. Particularly male smallmouth are very susceptible to angling pressure during during their guarding stint during their spawning activity. And with more and more people on the water, it just sort of, I hope that people sort of recognize the impact that they can have, particularly in the large numbers that are out there fishing right now, not really having anything else to do, and just sort of give them a break. If you do fish, don't hammer spawning areas and don't create what I call zip code fish, hooking a fish and releasing them 300 yards downriver while you're floating. And this is, one of the reasons I've been having such a hard time sitting still these last couple of weeks is because spring is a really exciting time to be on the river because fish are moving around and things are changing, and it's a great time of year to just be on the river and just sort of be a naturalist, be out there and observe. And I promise being out on the river and just paying attention to your surroundings and trying to sort of nail down where these smallmouth are going this time of year, it will help you in your pre-spawn and post-spawn fishing in the future. So if there's a silver lining to this whole ordeal, it's that we have more time to be outdoors and all that, but we just need to do it responsibly in every sense of the word.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll drop a link to that article in the show notes so folks can find it. And before I let you go, why don't you let folks know where they can find you so when all the restrictions get lifted and you can guide again, they can book you for a smallie trip or a trout trip this summer?
Yeah. The website is mattreillyflyfishing.com, and all my info's on there. Email, phone number, however you feel most comfortable reaching out. I'd love to hear from you, and I appreciate all the support that everybody's given. And on another note, something we've been focusing on with the rod company here lately is just everybody's trying to figure out how to stay in the game while all this is going on, and I really think our community will be stronger for being able to weather this storm together if we can do it. And so, any way you can support your favorite companies or your favorite guide or whoever it is, I'd encourage you to do it. It doesn't even have to be spending money. You can go leave a Google review or a Facebook review or share some social media posts and stuff like that. Leave the Articulate Fly a review so people can see what's going on. I think that's really important right now.
Yeah, and I would say, to your point, it doesn't always have to be money. Just call somebody that you have a fishing relationship with and let them know that you're thinking about it and ask them what you can do to help them come out on the other side.
100%, man. That's what it's about.
Well, listen, folks, look out for yourself. Look out for your fellow man. If you're going to fish, be safe, particularly in this high water. We're all in it together, and we'll see each other on the water on the other side soon. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Matt.
All right. Thanks, Marvin.